What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp here with Samoa Joe.
How are you? Good. You have a great you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very, you YouTube, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah.
Very.
You got it.
Yeah,
you got it.
It hit me right there, yeah.
So I talked to Josh Rafferty recently. He mentioned working with you. He's worked with a lot of pro wrestlers. You've obviously got that MMA base. You've got that type of style. Was that ever something that you maybe thought about going into?
No, because I came up in Southern California when it was outlawed, and all my friends who were MMA fighters were not making money except for like 2. So, yeah, it just really wasn't financially feasible at the time. But yeah, and then since then, after that, I was just too old to get back into it because I don't lie to myself. I know the elite athletes. I know what they do, and yeah, you're just going to get hurt.
Does it surprise you that so many pro wrestlers, I mean, I know he's somewhere else now, but Chris Jericho's even working with Josh Rafferty. We got a lot of pro wrestlers that are stepping over doing that now that MMA has kind of exploded a little bit more.
I think that's kind of par for the course. As things evolve, as a audience becomes more educated to combat forms and styles that maybe guys who are with martial arts knew about for years, you have to expand the game. I mean, it's obvious that they've changed perception. I remember when sleeper holds were something that was just, you can keep one on for 6 minutes, and now it's a little bit different now. So, I mean, that's all kind of from MMA.
You became a free agent a few years ago when things were changing, and you had a real unique deal where you were able to work a few different places at the same time. WWE quickly snatched you up. How did that make you feel? Did you feel like that was like an endorsement of the skills that you showed in that brief time when you came into NXT, or did you just kind of expect that?
I expected it, but that's just more personal motivation type stuff. But I mean, in reality, it's been part of the course for me. Like everywhere that I've gone, ROH, I remember walking into and Gabe Sapolsky telling me, "Listen, we can't afford a flight from California. You'll never work here again, but thanks for coming tonight." And then shortly afterwards, "Hey, you're working every show from here until forever." TNA was very much the same thing. "Hey, you're an internet guy. We don't have television. We're going to bring you in. And, I don't know what we'll use for you afterwards." And then, obviously that went well. And it was the same thing here. And, I've never had a nice entry into a company. Nobody's ever said, "Oh, man, we can't wait to have you here." It's like I show up and they're like, oh, why don't we hire you sooner? And I mean, there's some satisfaction in that. So, but that's kind of been par for the course of my entire career.
And I mean, you always hear the stories about people who went to bat for you, like earlier on,
Oh, there's tons here for years. I mean, years. And Vince vehemently opposed me being in WWE. He didn't know me, wasn't familiar with me, and now we have a great relationship and everything's working fine.
So now that he gets to see you firsthand, he gets to see you in person. Like, what kind of feedback did you get from him upon entering the company? Maybe the first time that you knew that he saw you.
I think he just realized you already bought it, so you might as well use it. Like I said, with every promoter that I've ever worked with, it's always about time and understanding. And we've had some time, we've had some understanding. It's working out pretty well.